Welcome back, everyone. When a psychologist and a businessman noticed the lack of Catholic AM radio shows on Long Island, they decided to do something about it. And since 2011, they have hosted over 100 episodes of their program on a famous radio station here on Long Island, WGBB Radio. It's 1240 AM here in New York. Every Saturday, they help their Catholic listeners belong more deeply to God. And with us today are the hosts of Listen Up, Jesus is on the Air, Dr. John Palmer and Dr. Anthony Ciuffo. Welcome both, and thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
So I got to tell you, I think you guys heard just before we started. Like I love what you do. I'm obviously in love with radio. I do a radio show myself. Been in love with radio for a long time. Have you found this a very life-giving ministry? It's got to be.
Oh, right? Absolutely.
It's fun.
Yeah. It's fun, and you know what? Most of the times we don't even have to prepare. Because Jesus tells us what to do.
And we even pray for the music that we use on the show, and it gives us the structure.
Isn't that
that's
great?
exciting.
Wow,
By the way, Dr. Palmer is the executive producer.
Well,
we vote every year.
The red power.
I vote for him.
And I don't vote.
And if he gets me angry, I'm not going to vote for him.
Isn't that funny? Now, what brought the two of you together, first of all?
Oh, what a good question that is. Well, first of all, I happened to go to one of Dr. Palmer's seminars. I had cancer of the lung. And so I went to Dr. Palmer's seminar. He prayed over me. He also prayed over my wife, who also had cancer. And in the seminar, he was talking about his radio shows and stuff like that. It sort of touched my heart. I went in the corner. He doesn't know this. I went in the corner, and I prayed. And I just asked Jesus to help Dr. Palmer, realize his dream. I didn't know he was going to throw me in there, too. And I prayed very hard, and I felt something in me on it.
Wow.
And so we started talking, and I called up WGBB, and WGBB said they had an opening to come down and talk. So I told Dr. Palmer we went down and talked. We bargained with the price, and we booked the show. And
that's sort of history.
I'll let Dr. Palmer tell you how we got the name.
We went to a very fancy restaurant afterwards, Burger King.
So fancy.
And while we were there, we were saying, well, what are we going to call it? Because we had no idea. We knew we wanted to do something to evangelize.
Sure.
So we got Listen Up. That's what you got. And then I got Jesus is on the Air.
For many years, by the way, those of you watching at home, you may recognize this name, John Palmer. I mean, you worked in our diocese for many, many years, working in the area of renewal, right?
I still volunteer there.
Exactly. Yeah. And you literally, only recently retired from that position,
I took the buyout.
There you go. So, and then the ministry just continued in so many different ways, right?
Yeah.
And everywhere we go, they all know Dr. Palmer.
Yeah, sure.
Whenever I go do talks and speeches, they all know Dr. Palmer.
Isn't that great? What a
And we believe in humor as well. When we begin the show with humor, and we have a little Bible. We don't plan anything, but after being on for a year, Tony used to begin the show saying, don't touch that dial. And finally, after 1 year, I said, Tony, what's a dial?
That was so mean, but you know what? The radio station has a radio with a dial.
That's so funny.
To show what it is, right?
But we do have a good time. We do evangelize, and we feed off one another.
And we don't go for superstars. We go for Catholics whose lives have been turned around by the presence of God.
That's a pretty good thing.
That's
a superstar
we're following Bishop Murphy's theme to belong to
and that's
Jesus more deeply.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've had we had Dana on, and we've had other Charles and Laurie and things like that.
Al Barbarino sings our theme song.
We know him.
He's a dear friend. He's been on our show several times. But the only problem is, every time we open up, we have the theme song, Palmer talks over him. And I have to apologize to Al.
We had Al on, I said, I got to be quiet, I can't listen. And then we played his song, and I talked over it.
Oh, no, you can't help it. But what about your format? You mentioned it's not just interviews, right? You do other interesting things.
We have our introduction, and we have music. And we have a theme for each show.
Nice.
And then we also have a Saint of the Day that Tony does. And at the end of the program, we pray for healing. Our clients or people listeners send in requests.
We have,
and we
that's
have
so
bunch
cool.
like this.
I'm sure you
Isn't that something? It's
do.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the other thing that's nice is that you're also, I mean, because you might be watching right now in Buffalo or in Pittsburgh or in, you know, wherever. This is not just local on AM radio here in New York on Long Island, but you can also listen online now
Yes,
too, right?
and I get emails from the Philippines. I get
Wow.
emails from California for prayers and petitions, and it's like, you know, this is amazing.
How
Right.
incredible.
This is amazing what Jesus is allowing us to do.
And he begins by saying, we're just a couple of kids who believe in and love Jesus.
Yeah.
And I would say to him, you know, Tony, I don't think that holds much water. We're older than the radio station.
He blew the cover. I used to say, and we're just two kids, and we're in love with Jesus.
But you guys are like Bob and Ray, though, a little bit. You know, you
We
guys,
have a lot of fun.
yeah, it looks like you're enjoying
Well,
this.
because we believe religion should be fun. God has a sense of humor.
Without a doubt.
And let's let people laugh and enjoy his music and his saints and prayer for healing.
Yeah,
Why not?
Couldn't agree more.
Totally.
And-
Now, if people want to find out more about the show, like, can they? Where do they go? Can they go to like the
They can go to our website.
Yeah. Now, what's that about?
Now, if they email me, I'll send them because
Okay.
they're very
Good
but
idea.
We have every show on the website.
Isn't that great?
Plus, we have tons of pictures, talks that we've done. We've done talks in churches, and we've done remote broadcasts, and
Wow.
we have all that on the website.
And what's
The
your
only-
email?
The email is,
It's up on the screen, too.
it's up on the screen.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
It's listen up 1240 at AOL.com.
Got it.
And I also have an online website because I go and pray every day and I listen for meditations. And I have over 200 books of meditations.
Isn't that great?
And I put 35 of them out there as ebooks free.
And I use
Nice.
And that website is www.holyspiritwithin.net.
Wow, that's
And
beautiful.
people just, I had a nun write me and say, I've been talking to God for 60 years, and when I read your stuff, I think God's talking to me.
The church has to be in the media. That's the fact. And this AM radio, don't sell this short because there are lots and lots of people listening to
boy,
AM
there
radio.
are.
And we
I'll
felt
tell you
that we have had representation on AM radio.
Without a doubt.
And
Yeah.
we're waiting for Bishop Murphy. We've invited him, and
Good.
we
There
you
expect
go.
that he'll
So
be
we
on.
got. May I mention that you're going to be on
Yeah.
our show?
I'd be
We
glad
have
to.
the-
Yeah,
we
we'll
have-
let
and
people
so
know when
will
that's
you.
going to happen.
I would
And-
love
and-
it. I would love it.
Yeah, we're going
Separately, we're
this
going to
is-
separate
Well,
the
you
two
put
of
us together as a fight.
You know
so
what?
that's
This, yeah, oh, you have the same thing I have with Paul. Right?
Yes, exactly.
You know what I had to do 2 weeks ago? You won't believe this, Monsignor. I had to tape his mouth.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't get a word in edgewise from the guy.
Oh, no.
And we tease. He tells me I can't sing. So last Saturday, I said, I passed all my singing lessons. Everybody be quiet. So I started singing, "Give me some men who are," because we were introducing the men's conference.
Oh, sure, the big
Oh,
men's cup. Right,
so we
right,
do
right.
crazy things.
That's good, though. That's
so
fun, and it's
great.
uplifting, and it's very, you know, again, kind of give you a great sense of what it is to be Catholic, what it is to have faith, and it is about joy.
It is.
And
It's total
the
joy.
joy.
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
spreading the word
Without
for
a doubt,
Jesus.
yeah.
That,
Well, thank you guys so
Yeah.
much for coming and
It's our pleasure.
giving us a sense of what these guys look like when you hear them on the radio.
yeah, but now we can't
Now
say
we
we're
can't
two
say
young
young
kids.
kids
But you know,
Bob and Ray, they're here, everybody. That's great.
Okay.
But thank you so much for
Oh,
being
thank
here.
you
And
so much.
like I said, I'm honored to be asked, and I'll be there. So
an honor.
Okay.
we'll let you know when I'll be
Thank
on,
you.
and Karen will be on. and
Absolutely.
We'll have a good time.
Very
oh,
exciting.
It'll be fun
I
to be
love
with
you
you.
guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. It's
Happy
great
to
to have
hear.
you. And
Thank
best of
you.
luck. Let us know how you're doing.
We will.
All right, we'll let you know how it's going over there.
Thank-
It's a great, good thing. I'm
thank you.
always interested in this stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. We got lots more good news to come, so don't go anywhere right after this.